Hi Matthew, how you doing? I've got your work here. Thanks so much for putting this in a single PDF, so I only have to open one file. All right, let's take a look at the cover. This is it's outstanding. Really, really good job. I mean, really good work. This is professional quality work. I knew you were a designer, but wow, this is gorgeous. Really is, really is. I think that design wise, you've done so many smart things. Typographically, I think you're good, real good. Nice grid setup. Not crazy about you. You should know by now how I feel about center type and this whole center composition right here. I'm not crazy about it. Never was, never will be. It's not saying it doesn't work because I think it works okay. Try a couple of different typographic compositions with this area right here, um, and see what you can come up with. Nice, beautiful visual focal point. Beautiful rule of thirds. Good job. Gorgeous work. Okay. Nice job establishing color palette on the cover. Very nice. Let's go move now to the next page, which is the table of contents. Okay. And I'm seeing a couple of things that I think that you could probably say might suffice a more complete cover in terms of, production wise or actually design wise in terms of pleasing the people that you need to please. So I guess what I'm suggesting is maybe try to feature a couple more of these letters, editors' notes, and regular articles, regular sections, maybe one or two of those on that cover, and we can just complete that with some nice typography. But I'm saying that for class sake and for the sake just so this is outstanding work. So kudos to you. You've done your work. You've really done your work. Good job. Let's go to okay. So this page, you got this three column grid set up, and that's cool. That's good. Good continuation from the front cover. Nice use of that color established on the front page. Good job. I've gone through this once, and I'm going through it again, and I just don't see any typographic errors. So really nice work. If I wanted to be picky, I would probably pick this whole thing apart right here. That pattern set up right there, typographically with your rags. These rags are almost look like that's going to be a justified. So I think those are two even. Likewise here. Those are those justified and this is left aligned? If they are, address that. Kind of looks like they might be. So looks good. Really encroaching a no print zone here towards the bottom, specifically with your type. Good margins. I don't like the way you broke the grid here with with your numbers. I would rather see you figure a way to line up that left column with that whole grid, that whole 3-column grid, because basically what happens is, visually, even though this isn't happening visually, you're destroying the grid that you've set up here by the time we get down here. Even though you're in alignment with your numbers, it just isn't working out. It just appears as though it falls apart at the bottom of the page. My suggestion is to somehow incorporate that number into this type one way or another, so we can get that type over to that margin. Let's go to the feature spread. Again, this is gorgeous work. One thing I think is that you're relying too much on image for the left side of the page. Typographically, I want to say you're set up beautifully. Your justified type settings are really done beautifully. I'm so glad you chose to use a space between paragraphs as opposed to an indent. I think you did a good job. I think that's a good, nice, consistent space between. I'm a little concerned about the color usage up here because why are you introducing this blue, this cool color, all of a sudden when you've already set this up? I just don't see the blue working in right here. So I'm going to go back. I'm going to suggest that you go back to these earth tones to find your other colors, maybe out of the browns in the couch, the browns in the floor. There's a lot of different oranges up here. So I'm going to suggest that you go ahead and find to sample some color out of that for use in your interior spread, specifically these colors. This composition right here is okay, but it's very pedestrian. I know that you can do better than that because I've seen your work. Again, we have center alignment here. Not crazy about it, but it seems to be working just fine. Again, you got this blue. I'm just not crazy about this whole blue thing. Number one, you're losing a lot of contrast in this area right here. There's just no contrast in this composition. Likewise here, and likewise, this is almost comes invisible when you step back from the page. I'd like to see you do more of a traditional layout where, you use the top for, the setup of the story, and I just would rather see a two-page spread. Technically, if you look at the project specs, it's asking for a two-page spread, a typographic spread, not a two-page, one-page typographic spread. So that should be easy enough. But anyways, home run, man. Nice work. Outstanding. I'm going to end up asking you if I can use this as an example, but really good work. One thing I want you to check, I just noticed right now, but I want you to check your folios. Folios meaning your page numbers. These would be set up like this. Instead of 12 and 13, you would have 12. You'd have 12, then the page number, probably the name of the magazine and the issue number. And then over here, that would be in the reverse. Like you would have the page number and then blah, 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 and then the number. So the numbers are on the outside and then the information is like symmetrical on the inside, okay? Take a look at any magazine. You'll see how it's done. And take a quick tutorial online about setting up the folios as such. Okay, easy to find. All right, good job, man. Thanks very much.